Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some pre-1961 Bats League, and we got the third game of this Braves Red series here on April 20th. Braves have taken 2 out of 3. Can they sweep the Reds? Let's take a look at the starting lineups for this Milwaukee Braves club. Leading off, playing left field, Hugh Duffy. Batting second, playing second, Billy Sweeney. Batting third, playing right field, Hank Aaron. Batting fourth, playing third base, Eddie Matthews. Batting fifth, playing first base, Joe Adcock. Batting sixth, playing center field, Tommy Holmes. Batting seventh and doing the catching, Al Spur. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, is the Rabbit, Manorville. And on the mound, pitching for the Braves is Dick Rudolph. Let's get over here and take a look at the hometown Cincinnati Reds. And we got leading off, playing right field for the Reds is Ed Roche. Batting second, playing third, Eddie Casco. Batting third, playing first base, Ted Kaluski. Batting fourth, playing center field, Wally Post. Batting fifth, playing left field is Frank Robinson. Batting sixth, doing the catching, Eddie Bailey. Batting seventh, playing second base, Loney Fry. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, Roy McMillan. And batting ninth, on the mound for the Reds is Noodles HAHN. We'll get this game started, folks, here in Cincinnati.
Moronville.
Leading off for the Braves is Hugh Duffy, batting .333, no homers and 1 RBI. And this is Noodles HAHN's first appearance. And this is Noodles' 1902 season. He pitched in 36 games, started all 36, and was 23-12 with a 1.77 ERA. And look at that, he completed all but one game in 1902. Completed all but one game. Here's the pitch to Duffy, and that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And Post has got that for out number 1. And up steps Bill Sweeney now. And Bill's batting .333. He's got a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Eddie's up with it. Over to Ted for out number 2. And that leaves it up to Hank Aaron to get something going here in the first. Aaron's batting .429. He's got a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Aaron for his first strikeout of the game and ends the inning. The Braves, nothing. Reds coming about with Roush, Casco, and Kozlowski. Ed's batting .444, no homers and 1 RBI, going up against Dick Rudolph. And this is his first appearance. And this is Rudolph's 1914 season. He pitched in 42 games, started 36, was 26-10 with a 2.35 ERA. Here's the pitch to Ed. And that's going to be a base on balls. Not what the Braves want to see here to start this game. Leadoff batter aboard with a walk. And up steps Ed Casco. And Ed is batting .125. No homers and no RBIs on the early season. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And Sweeney's only play is going to be down the second. And that'll be out number 1. That puts Eddie Casco down at first now for the Big Clue. I wish Big Clue was in here. See what his namesake can do. He is 0 for 2 on the season. Here's the pitch to Ted. And that's going to be against a righty. That's going to be a base hit. I believe in the right field. Let's check here. Against the righty, he's going to make him a 13. And that is going to be a base hit in the right field. And let's see here. A 5. That's going to be a 54. And Eddie's going to make it down to third without a throw. So now we got first and third now. And oh, hold on, there's only one out here. So let's redo this. It might not be going automatically. 44. It's 11. So there will be a throw down here. 26, 52 or lower. He's in there safely, folks. And they nail him. Nice play by Hank Aaron. And I just hit the damn button. I have to redo this. Sorry about that. Nice throw by Aaron. Gets him out at third. I don't want to do that. I want to do this. So that's a single in the right field. And Eddie's trying to make third. And oh, Aaron's going to throw him out at third for the second out, folks. Nice play by the Hammer. Now there's 2 outs with a runner down at first for Wally Post. And Wally's off to a good start this season. He is batting .250 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Wally. And that's going to be a 33. That is going to be a high pop out in shallow right field. Matthews goes out, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. And the Reds leave 1. We get to the top of the second. Still no score. We got Matthews, Adcock, and Holmes due up here. Eddie's batting .143, no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. We'll make him a 20. 1-9. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Wally Post makes a nice play for out number 1. That's the kind of luck Matthews has been hitting into. It brings up Joe Adcock, only batting $167. He's got 1 homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Over to first to Ted for out number 2. Brings up Tommy Holmes now. And Tommy's batting .286 with no homers and no RBI. And Tommy gets a hold of this one off of Noodles. And that ball is driven into the gap out there in right field. And that'll be a 2-out double. Holmes is in scoring position now for Al Spar. Is that how you pronounce it? So a runner down at second. 2 outs. Can we get a 2-out base hit to put the Braves up here?
Spur.
Spur steps up to the plate for the first time this year. And this is his 1930 year. He batted .317. He had 2 homers and 37 RBIs on the year. Can Spur deliver here and put the Braves on top. And against the lefty, it's going to make him 15 on a 7. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And with 2 outs, Holmes doesn't have great speed here. So we'll see. 56, he should still score easily. There is going to be a throw at the plate, though. So it's a 27, a 53 or lower. Holmes scores the first run here, folks. And he does. So Spur with the single, RBI single. And the Braves take a 1-0 lead here. Nice piece of hitting. Spur with his first hit and first at bat. Puts the Braves on top. And that'll bring up the Rabbit, Marville, up. And I think this is a Rabbit's first plate appearance. This is his 1917 season. Batted .260 and 17 with 33 home runs and 43 RBIs. Spur down at first. 2 outs. And with a runner down at first, a 35 might be a rare play here. The catcher is an 8 on a 44. And that'll be fielding column 1. And that'll be a foul out. Nice job by Bailey. Throws the mask off, makes the catch, but the Braves score 1. We get to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Milwaukee. You got Robinson, Bailey, and Fry due up here. Frank's batting .250, no homers and no RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a rare play, a 40 on a 14. And that's going to be a strike 1 to Robinson. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down to the Rabbit. He fires over to first. That'll be out number 1. That brings up Bailey now. I want to see one thing here. Keep that large. Do this. Make this medium and it might look better. Yeah, I think that'll be better. Making that medium. That'll help out this infield and all. All right, Ed Bailey up now. And this is Ed Bailey's first plate appearance of the season. This is his 1956 season. He batted .356 with 28 homers and 75 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Bailey. 1 out and nobody on. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That'll be the first strikeout by Rudolph for out number 2. And up steps Lonnie Fry. And Lonnie, this is his first plate appearance, batting .291 in 1939 with 11 homers and 55 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to the Rabbit over the Joe Adcock, and that'll end the inning. The Reds go down 1-2-3 to the top of the third we go. We got Rudolph leading this sleigh with his red nose so bright, followed by Duffy and Sweeney. And this is Rudolph's first plate appearance. In 1914, he hit a .125 with no homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play, a 62 on a 36. And it's going to be a 5. That ball's going to be hit out to center field in Wally Post. And a 62 on a 2. That's going to be fielding column 3. I'm sure of that. And yes, it is. And that's going to be a single in the center field, and the batter, the third on a throw in there. So Rudolph gets a single because we don't need no stinking DH, and that's going to be an E8. That's a 2-base error. So Rudolph's down at third now with nobody out, and Duffy steps to the plate. The Reds will play back here. They'll surrender a run here for an out. Duffy is 0 for 1. He's flown out to center. Here's the pitch to Duff. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. They'll get the runner out at first. And the run will score. And that'll be 2-0 Braves here. As Sweeney steps up to the plate now with 1 out and nobody on. And Billy's 0 for 1, grounded out to third. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. And up steps the Hammer. And the Hammer is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And that's going to be a fly ball out the post in center field. That'll end the inning. But the Braves score an unearned run and take a 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the third. We got Mac due up McMillan, Hahn, the Noodle, followed by Ed Rush. And Roy is batting .200 on the year, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And Rudolph, 21 on a 1. Will be fielding column 2. That is going to be a strikeout. Nice job by Rudolph. Strikes smack out for out number 1. Up steps Frank Noodles HAHN, and this is his first plate appearance. In 1902, he batted a .185, no homers and no RBIs. See if he can get a hit off his counterpart like old Rudolph did to him. And that's going to be a rare play, a 31 on a 36. 31 on a 36. And that is going to be a foul ball, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Noodles. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Joe Adcock. He calls off Rudolph, steps on the bag for out number 2. Back to the top of the order we go. And here comes the Eds. First one up is Rush. He walked his first time up. And this time he blasts that ball in the right field. That's off the wall. That'll be a 2-out double. And Reds have got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. And that brings up the other Ed, Eddie Casco. He reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Now it's going to be pop up down the short. That'll end the inning. And the Reds leave 1. We go to the top of the 4th. We got Matthews, Adcock, and Holmes due up here for the Braves, leading 2-0. Eddie's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. And that's going to be, I guess, a lefty. A 9 against a 20. I think he's going to fly out to center field again. And yes, he is. Another nice play by Post. Robs Eddie. Eddie cannot get a base hit, folks. Getting into some bad luck here. And up steps Joe Adcock. He hit a ball down the third his first time up for an out. And that's time it's going to be hit down the second. McMillan's up with it. He fires over the first, and that'll be 2 down. And up steps Tommy Holmes. Tommy doubled his first time up, if I remember right. He did. Came around to score one of the Braves' runs. And that time he's going to swing and miss on that one. That'll be strikeout number 3 for Noodles. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. We got Big Clue, Post, and Robinson due up here for the Reds. Clue is 1 for 1 with a single. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Ted gets down to first with nobody out for Wally Post. If you're a Braves fan, you don't want Post up here with runners on base. Wally's 0 for 1. He popped up to third first time up. And this is why, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. And this ball game is tied because that's a home run, Wally Post. Out in left center field, no doubter. And 2-2 now. Now Frank Robinson's up with nobody on and no outs. In a tie ball game, Frank grounded out the third short his first time up. And that ball is going to be hit out to right field. And Aaron's out there, but a 64 and a 3. Still might be fielding column. That'll be fielding column 2. So that's going to be a single for Frank Robinson. And all of a sudden, Rudolph can't get an out here, folks. So you got Frank down at first now with still nobody out. The Braves looking to turn 2 here. You got Ed Bailey up. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a 8 against a righty. He's going to make him a 9. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Frank Robinson's going to stop at second. And still nobody out, folks. And Lonnie Fry's up now. They go all out and talk to Rudolph. He was cruising through 3. Now he's ran into a brick wall here in the 4th. 2 runs already in, first and second, nobody out. Fry grounded out the shortest first time up. Here's the pitch to Lonnie. And that's going to be a pop up in the infield. And the rabbit calls for it. Infield fly rule in effect. That'll be out number 1. Big out here. Brings up McMillan. And Mac is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Mac. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be hit down to, that's in front of the plate. And Al's not a great fielding catcher. 34 on a 6. And that's going to be fielding column 3. And that's going to be a single in the left field. Runner scores on a drop throw. So Duffy had Robinson out at the plate, but Spur drops the throw. So you got a single. You're going to have an E2. And runner from second's going to score, and the runner from first is going to get the third. So now we got first and third. Still only 1 out. Braves are going to bring the infield in. Now they're trailing 3-2. And the pitcher, old Noodles, is up. HAHN. He grounded out the first his first time up. Infield in here. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout by Rudolph. Now there's 2 outs. The Braves will play back. Try to keep us a 3-2 ball game. And Roush is up. He's 1 for 1. He walked and doubled his last time up. And that's going to be against a 16 and a 9. And that is going to be a base hit in the center field. And that's going to score 1 run. And McMillan may stop at second here. So it's 2 outs here. 30. He's not a pull right, is he? Nope. 2 outs here. And that'll be a 39 minus a 32 plus an 11. And he's going to stop at second. No, he's not going to get thrown out at third. So it is 4-2. Just like that, the Reds 4 runs in the 4th inning and still at the plate. First and second now for Eddie. And Eddie is 0 for 2. He's reached on the fielder's choice and popped up the short. And that's going to be against a 9. That'll make him a 16. And that's going to be another base hit. And that's going to score Mac. And that's going to score Mac. And Ed is going to get down the third. And the Reds keep pounding on here, folks. So now we got first and third. And 2 outs. And it is now 5-0 Cincinnati. And that's going to be it for Rudolph. He can't get out of the 5th inning. Rudolph is due to be batting third. We're going to let him pitch to Ted. What the hell? And we'll pitch hit for him. He's going to get out of this mess himself. Ted's 1 for 1. He started this inning with a walk. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be another walk. That fills the bases up. And Wally Post is up. And he started this scoring with a 2-run homer, folks. Here's the pitch to Wally. And we drop a dice. Make this an official game. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third, I think. That's going to be a pop-up. In the foul territory. And Sweeney's going to head over there and make the catch for out number 3. But the Reds score 5 and take a 5-2 lead, folks. As we go to the top of the 5th. We got Spur, Rabbit, and a pitch hitter for Rudolph. we go to the top of the 5th. And Spur is 1 for 1 with an RBI single. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. That'll be out number 1. Up steps the Rabbit now. Can he get on base here for the Braves? And the Rabbit is 0 for 1. He's popped up to the catcher's first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart Mac at short. He fires over to first for 2 outs. And like I say, that's it for Rudolph. See who's going to come in here to pitch. You got a righty, a lefty, and a lefty. So the Braves are going to bring in a lefty pitcher here. And it looks like it's going to be Ed Bandit. Come out of the bullpen. Start the bottom of the 5th. See who's going to pitch hit here for Rudolph. Against the lefty. Bancroft will come out of the dugout, the switch hitter. Try to get on base here with 2 outs. Try to get some runs back that they gave up at the top of the bottom of the inning. And Dave is batting .375 on the year. No homers and 1 RBI. And against a lefty, that's going to make him a 26. That's going to be a fly ball out the center field post. Has got that. That'll be out number 3. The Braves go down in order. And we go to the bottom of the 5th with a new pitcher on the mound here for the Braves. And this is Bandit's 1931 season. And this is his, let's get him in the game first. I believe this is his first appearance of the year. And this will be Ed's first appearance of the year in 1930, didn't I say? 31. He pitched in 33 games, started 29, was 18-11 with a 2.92 ERA. He'll be facing Robinson, Bailey, and Fry here in the 5th. Here's the pitch to Frank. He's 1 for 2 today with an with a single. His last time up, that'll be a ground ball down to the Rabbit. Over to first. That'll be the first out of the inning. And up steps, Ed Bailey. And Bailey is 1 for 2. He struck out and singled in the 4th. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Sweeney. And Sweeney's up with it, fires over to first for out number 2. And up steps Lonnie Fry. And Lonnie is 0 for 2, grounded out and popped up to short. And that's going to be a base on balls as Fry walks on down to first with a 2-out walk. That brings up McMillan now with 2 outs and a runner on at first. And Mac is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Here's the pitch to Mac. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Mac. And he deal with this 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Hits it to his counterpart. He'll go to short way to second. That'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 6th. It's still a 3-run lead for the Reds. We got the top of the order due up here for the Braves. Duffy, Sweeney, and Aaron. And Hugh is 0 for 2. He does have an RBI in this game, though. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ted at first. That'll be out number 1. And Bill Sweeney takes a bat and brings it to the plate. And he is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Fry at second. 2 up and 2 down as he hits that to his counterpart. And it's up to Aaron to get something going here in this 6th inning. Down by 3. Hank is 0 for 2, struck out and flown out. And that's going to be against a lefty. It's going to make him a 13. And that's going to be an infield hit. So Aaron gets aboard here. Slow roller down the short. And Aaron's aboard. It brings up Eddie Matthews now. And Eddie has hit 2 good balls to center field and 2 nice plays out there. And that one's going to be a 39. And that's going to be the pitcher. And he's a 1 and a 66. So that'll be a rare play. The runner down at first. We'll have to re-roll some dice here. So get rid of this. Rare play is 61. It's a 39. So a 39. 63 on a 39. That'll be a 28. That ball will be a team. Let's see here what their team is. 1, 4, 8, 11, 13, 14, 22, 30, 40. So they're fielding column 2. That's going to be a single. And a right fielder and second baseman collide. Both are injured. Runner to third with 2 outs. Same as a hit and run. So was a hit and run. What's a hit and run here? So runner's going to score. So it's going to be a base hit in the right field. And Aaron's going to score from first. Does the batter get to second? That is the question. Nope. So, and the second baseman and right fielder are hurt. Okay. A 1 and a 2. See how long they're hurt for. So a 1 and a 2 here. Injury table. Where's it at? I gotta find the injury table here. Give me a second here, folks, to find the injury table. Here we go. So let's do Fry first. We'll do both of them. Fry will be the red and the white, and Roush will be the black and the metallic. So a 22 for Fry. And then what did I say Fry was? Fry is a 2 injury on a 22. So he's out for 8 games. Fry's out for 8 games. We'll need to get a second baseman in here. Probably be Temple will come in. And then Roush is a 1 on a 65. And that's 5 games for Roush. 5 and 8. And we need a right fielder for him. And that'll probably be Goodman will come out. Goodman against the righty. And we'll go with Bell here. Gus Bell will come out. So make these changes. So we got Temple coming out to play second. And Bell to play right. And we're going to need a pitcher for Van Meter here. So Temple will come in, go bat in the 7th spot, play second. And Bell will come in and bat in the leadoff spot for Ed. So a lot happened on that play. A run scored and an injuries. And now we got Mr. Joe Adcock up with 2 outs and Matthews down at first. And it's now a 5-3 ball game. Adcock is 0 for 2. Grounded out the short and the third. And that's going to be against the lefty. He's going to make him a 4 on an 8. And that's going to be a single in the left field. Matthews with 2 outs will stop at second. Doesn't want to get thrown out at third. That brings up Tommy Holmes now. And Holmes is today is batting what? Because now this wants to slow down on me. And Tommy is, I think he's 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. Here's the pitch to Tommy. Can he tie this ball game up? And that's going to be a 7 against a 20. And that's going to be a single in the left field. Matthews will score easily. And Adcock's going to stop at second. And the Braves are making some noise, folks. Still first and second. Nice RBI by Tommy Holmes. And that injury has really hurt the Reds. So Braves now make it a 5-4 1-run ball game. And up steps Spur. Spur is 1 for 2 with an RBI single and flew out the right. Fine run down at second. Go ahead, run at first. And that's going to be a fly ball out the post. That'll end the inning. But the Braves score 2 and make this a 1-run game. We get to the bottom of the 6th. We got HAHN, Noodles, the pitcher, due up back to the top of the order. And Bell now came in the game, and Casco. And Noodles is 0 for 2, grounded out and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Duffy and left. That'll be out number 1. That brings up Gus Bell for the first time. He came in for the injured Ed Rush in the top of the inning. And Gus, this is his first plate appearance of the second plate appearance. He's 0 for 1. This is his 1953 season. He batted 300, 30 homers, and 105 RBIs. And he crushes that ball in the right field off the top of the wall. That'll be a 1-out double. So Gus is down at second. Reds are trying to get some insurance runs now. Ed Casco steps up to the plate. And Casco is 1 for 3 with an RBI single his last time up. Reached on a fielder's choice and popped up the short. And that's going to be hit down the second. Sweeney's not that great of a fielder. 53 and a 7. That'll be fielding column number 3. That's going to be first and second on air. And a runner's going to score. So a big throwing error by Sweeney, an E4. Runner comes around to score. And the batter ends up down at second. And just like that, the Reds get one of the runs back and still only one out for a big Clue with a runner in scoring position. Clue is 1 for 1 today. He singled and walked twice. And that's going to be against the lefty. It's going to make him a 24 and a 9. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And he's going to stay put. That'll be out number. Let's see here. Yeah, he's going to stay put. And that'll bring up Wally Post now with 2 outs, a runner down at second. And Post already has a homer in this game, folks. He's 1 for 3 with a 2-run shot. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Matthews. He fires over to first to end the inning. But the Reds score 1 and make it a 2-run game. It's now 6-4. We got the Rabbit due up, followed by the pitcher spot. We'll probably have a pitch hitter and back to the top of the order in Duffy. And the Rabbit is 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball back to HAHN. He makes the play over to first for out number 1. And that'll be it for Eddie. We'll have a pitch hitter for him. See who's going to come out of the dugout. And that's going to be Wally Berger's going to come out of the dugout, try to get on base here and get the tying run to the plate. And Wally is 0 for 1 on the year. And he batted .310 in 1930 with 38 homers and 119 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. That'll be out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here in the 7th. Braves will need a 2-out rally here. And we're back to the top of the order. See who's going to come in here to pitch 7th. You got the righty, a lefty, and a righty. So McFadden's going to come out of the bullpen to pitch, I believe. And up steps Duffy now. He's 0 for 3. He does have an RBI today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. That'll end the inning. The Braves go down in order. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. And like I say, Danny McFadden's going to come in the game here to pitch for the Braves. And this is McFadden's 1936 season. This is his first game of the year. And in 1936, he pitched in 37 games. Started 31 with 17 and 13 with a 2.87 ERA. He'll be facing Robinson, Bailey, and Temple. And that's going to be a blast out into left field. And that'll make him a 16. And that'll be a double down the left field line. And Frank Robinson's has got himself a leadoff double, standing down at second. Reds already up 6-4. Ed Bailey up now with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. And Bailey is 1 for 3. He came around to score in the fourth. He struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a 38 pass ball piece. That's going to be a pass ball. That's going to get the runner down the third, folks, with nobody out. And that'll force the Braves to bring the infield in. And here's the 1-0 pitch to Bailey. Infield in. The Braves trailing by 2. Trying to keep this a 6-4 ball game. Here's the pitch to Bailey. And that's going to be a base on balls. So they walk Bailey. And McFadden now has got himself in a heck of a pickle. And we got first and third for Temple. This will be his first plate appearance after coming in for the injured Fry. And Johnny is batting a $125 on the year. Infield still in. And that's going to be a 9 against a 9. And that is going to be a single in the left field. That'll score Frank Robinson. And Bailey will stop at second with nobody out. And it is now 7-4. And still nobody out now, folks. Runners at first and second. And McMillan's due up now. And Mac on the game is 1 for 3 with an RBI. He's reached on a fielder's choice and struck out. And he gets a hold of this one, and McFadden is not able to get nothing done here in this inning, folks. And that's going to be a double into right center. And Temple, 36 and 18. He's going to stop at third. Again, nobody out. No reason to take a chance. And up now by 4. So now we got second and third. And HAHN due up here, old Noodles. Noodles is looking to go to distance now that he's got a 4-run lead. And he is 0 for 3 today. He has grounded out, struck out, and flew out the left. Here's the pitch to Noodles. And against the righty, that's going to make him a 13 on a 9. And that's going to be a pop-up. Oh, that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. 56 Temple's probably going to score on that. Yeah, Temple will score. And let's see, is he going to try to get down the second? He's probably going to third, rather. He's probably going to try to get down the third. 31. He's a 3. That's going to be fielding column 1. Wait a second here. Let's look at this. 44 instead. 44. Let's see, 33 plus a 15. They are going to throw at the plate here. So they're both tagging up, and the throw is going to come to the plate. And it'll be a 26, 52 or lower. He's safe. And barely safe. And Spur gets up screaming that he was out. So the runner at third advances. The runner at second advances. And now there's 1 out and a runner down at third with 1 out. And it is now a 9-4 ball game. And Gus Bell's up for the second time today. Gus doubled his first time up, came around to score in the 6th. Infield still in. And that's going to be an 8 against a 19. And that is going to be a single in the center field. And Danny's just going to have to suck it up, Buttercup. And it is now 10-4, good buddy. So we got our first blowout, it looks like here. That brings up Casco. with a runner down at first and only one out. And Eddie is 1 for 4 with an RBI. Reached on a fielder's choice and an error and popped up short. And that's going to be against a righty, a 14 and an 8. And that is going to be a fly ball out the right field. Aaron makes a nice catch for out number 2. And that brings up Big Clue now. And Clue is got a home run in this game. And he is 1 for 2, walked twice. Here's the pitch to Clue. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. He'll fire over to first. And that'll be the final out. But the Reds score 4 more and make this a 10-4 ball game as we go to the 8th inning. We got Sweeney, Aaron, and Matthews due up here in the 8th. Can the Braves make a game respectable at least? Sweeney's 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field for out number 1. And the hammer's up now. And Hank is 1 for 3. Came around the scorer went the 6th. He struck out and flew out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He struck out for the second time today. And it leaves it up to Eddie Matthews to try to get some runs here in the 8th inning. Got to score a few. They can't try to score 6 runs in the 9th. Matthews is 1 for 3 with an RBI single his last time up. That was the ball that was hit into right field and they collided. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone, folks. Bell's going to collide with the wall trying to catch that one. That's a homer to right field. Makes it a 10-5. Good, buddy. Cut the lead to 5. And Joe Adcock is up now. Adcock is 1 for 3. He singled his last time up. And that's going to be an 8 against a 3. And that'll be a single in the left field. As Joe Adcock gets aboard again. So Joe's having a nice game. And that brings up Tommy Holmes, who is also having a good game here, folks. See if Tommy can keep this going and get the Braves back in it. Tommy is 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. He struck out and singled his other times up. And that's going to be a single against 20. No, that's going to be a nice play out there in left field by Frank Robinson. Nice run and catch and robs Tommy Holmes of a base hit. That ends the inning. The Braves score 1 on the Matthews home run. To the bottom of the 8th we go. It is 10-5 Cincinnati. We got Post, Robinson, and Bailey due up here against McFadden. He had a rough 7th inning. Let's see what he can do here. Wally is 1 for 4 with a homer. He grounded out last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the home Duffy's left field for out number 1. Up steps Frank Robinson. And this game, Frank is 2 for 4 with a double and a single, grounded out to short his other 2 times up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And McFadden settled down here in the 8th. 2 up and 2 down. And up steps Ed Bailey now. And he's at least 5 runs in the 9th. And Ed Bailey is 1 for 3 with a walk. Struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Joe Adcock. He takes it himself to end the inning. We go to the 9th. We got Spur, the Rabbit, and then a pitch hitter for McFadden as Noodles tries to go the distance here with a 10-5 lead. Spur is 1 for 3 with an RBI. It's flown out the left, flying out center and the right, rather. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Noodles. He fires down the first for out number 1. And that brings up the Rabbit. Can he get aboard here? The Braves needs base runners down by 5. Rabbit, I believe, is 0 for 3 today. And he has popped up, grounded out twice. And he gets a hold of this one, though, folks. The Braves aren't done yet. And that's going to be a fly ball off the wall, bouncing around out there off the scoreboard. Rabbit, he's headed for third. He's in there with a 1-out triple, folks. And that'll be it for McFadden. We'll have a pitch hitter here. Boring. It's going to probably be Mr. Elliott. Bob Elliott's going to come off the bench here. Pitch hit. With the runner down at third, the Braves down by 5. Can they make a great comeback here, folks? Score 5 here in the 9th. Keep this game going. So Bob comes off the bench. And Bob on the year is 0 for 1. This is his 1947 year. He batted .317 with 22 homers and 113 RBIs. And that ball is going to be hit down the second, and that's going to be an E4, and that's going to score the, well, let's check if we get the right thing here. Runner on third instead of runner on first. So with the throws. So yeah, 62, and he is an 8. That'll probably be fielding column number 2 at least. On an 8, yep, that'll be fielding column number 2. On the 20. So that'll be safe at first on an error. So that's an E4. The runner will score here. And it is now 10-6 and 1 out. So the Braves still alive here. To the top of the order we go in Duffy. Runner down at first. Can the Braves make a great comeback here, folks? That'll get the bullpen up here for the Reds. Noodles trying to go the distance. And Duffy is 0 for 4. He has an RBI. He's flown out the center twice, grounded out the second and first. And that's going to be not what the Braves wanted to see. That'll be he's a 3 on a 61. So that'll probably be fielding column number 3. Yep. That'll be fielding column number 3. And he'll go down the second. That'll be a single in the right field. Davis holding the runner on. And so that's going to be a single by Duffy. And just like that, it's now first and second. And Bill Sweeney's up the bat here, folks. And one more runner aboard here. The tying run will come to the plate. And Bill Sweeney is 0 for 4, grounded out the second and third, struck out and flown out the right. Can he keep this going? There's only 1 out. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strike pitch to him now. Can he take advantage of this 2-0 count? And no, that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Temple's going to try to make up for that error. 25 and 8 should be fielding column number 1. And it is. They'll get the runner out at second. Well, let's go to first and second and get the right board. Helps, huh? First and second on a 26, and he's fielding column number 1. That's just going to be a pop-up out in right field. That'll be out number 2. So it is up to Mr. Hank Henry Aaron here, folks. This is who the Braves would love to have up. Down by 4, though. First and second, Elliott at second, Duffy at first. The Hammer's 1 for 4. He singled, struck out twice, and flown out the center. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on the Hammer. Can Hank take advantage of the 2-0 pitch here, folks? And that's going to come back to strike him out to end the game. And the Reds win 10-6. First real blown out we've had here in the Bats League. Let's take a look here at the box score, and the Reds able to get 1 out of 3. Keeps the Braves from sweeping them. As we look at the box score, the Braves 6 runs on 11 hits and 2 errors. The Reds 10 runs, 13 hits and 2 errors. And Matthews and Adcock and Tommy Holmes all 2 for 4, folks. Matthews with that homer. Rays were 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They left 6 men on base. And for the Reds, the top of the order was damn good. The leadoff spot was 4 for 4. Roush was 2 for 2 before he got hurt, and Bell came in and went 2 for 2. And Frank Robinson was 2 for 5. Wally Post had his 3rd home run of the season. He was 1 for 5. And the Reds were 7 for 10. Geez, you Pete's with the runners in scoring position and left 8 men on base. Rudolph was not very effective. He goes to 0-1, 4 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, struck out 3 and gave up the home run. And Brandit comes in, pitches 2 innings, gives up a hit and an unearned run, walked 1. McFadden came in and just imploded. 2 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, walked 1 and struck out 1. And Noodles HAHN goes the distance, goes to 1-0. 9 innings, 11 hits, 6 runs, only 5 of them earned. Didn't walk a soul, struck out 5 and gave up the home run to Hank Aaron. Take a look here. Ain't much to look at, but we'll take a look here at the standings and the stats. Yankees are undefeated. And like I say, not much to see. The Dodgers, 1 win. The Pirates, 1 win. Everybody's tied up here, really. The Reds, Cardinals, Phillies, and Cubs are 1 game back. So, until next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. New to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to get reminders. And on your way out of Cincinnati, Ohio, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.